Hello, everyone. This is Team 8's New Beginnings. My team, being Faith, Abraham, Ahmed, myself, Rana, deeply thought about the many environmental issues our Earth is facing right now. Our discussions led us to realize that one of the main reasons is a lack of education. People are throwing away their recycling in blue bins and calling it a day, when in reality, only 9% is actually being recycled. The rest is just laying there with the rest of our trash. While many nations around the world have embraced the need for education to achieve sustainability, only limited progress has been made. This lack of progress stems from many sources. In some cases, it is simply a lack of vision or awareness. In others, it is a lack of policy and funding. The average individual here in America is somewhat aware of the environmental crisis that we're going through, but lacks the resources and tools to achieve sustainability. This is where New Beginning comes in. Abraham, take it away.
Thank you, Rana. So as my teammate was saying, because of this lack of awareness, we wanted to change that. So that's why our organization is focused on providing under-resourced communities with that interactive education through which they will learn what used and wanted things they have at home that can be used for recycling. We then provide these people and these communities with the opportunities to see how the recycling process works and how we can turn these old items into a brand new thing without the need for exhausting the natural resources of this earth. So we can both reduce waste and reduce the depletion of Earth's natural resources in order to achieve a more sustainable lifestyle and communities that are built on the foundation of sustainability. So we solve this problem by gathering three components. Number one is the underserved communities that can come to us requesting the formation of any municipal project, whether it is a community center, it could be a playground for children, just basically anything that the community needs. And then instead of building these places through use of raw materials, we ask them to give us recyclable materials from that same community requesting the making of that project. In addition to taking tons of recyclable materials from the waste companies that just gather them and have them sitting around collecting dust. And then after collecting the recyclable materials needed for the making of that project, we request the community to provide us with the volunteers from amongst themselves so that they can be a part of that process, so they can know where the recyclable material is being put into the making of that project. And this is all for our vision of a better tomorrow for our fellow underserved Americans. And through the support of our sponsors, we will acquire the funding and industry expertise to help this dream become a reality. We are the brokers in this whole supply chain of world savers. There's the environment caring sponsors who help fund these projects, and they also provide the expertise. Then there's the suppliers that provide us with the usable recycled material they have. And lastly, the community volunteers who are really the champions in the building of these much needed neighborhood projects, all working together towards a sustainable future. And now my teammate Ahmed is gonna present you all with information on our market.
Thank you, Abraham. Our company's target audience is the underserved communities in need, the well-established corporations looking to participate in philanthropy, and the recycling plants hoping to get rid of unwanted materials comprise our market landscape. From our research so far, there are no other companies doing the exact same thing we are. However, our indirect competitors include interactive educational facilities like science museums, community helping organizations like the Urban League, and others who are seeking sponsorships from the same corporations. Our advantage above interactive educational facilities is that we work to educate people about sustainability by creating something of use for their community. A person can learn a lot from a museum, but they would have a much more personable connection to the message if they had a hand in building something useful for their community. Second, our advantage over community helping organizations like the Urban League is that we educate people about sustainability instead of simply providing them with the means to a better quality of life. The idea is to educate and to empower. Lastly, our advantage over other companies looking for sponsorships from the same corporations is that we have a much more relevant message in terms of philanthropy. Saving the planet is on everyone's mind, and no one wants to be left behind when it comes to saving the world. Next, I'd like to hand it off to Faith.
So, as discussed by my co-founders, in order to achieve our mission of our nonprofit organization, we will be completely funded by our sponsors. So an ideal sponsor will be an eco-conscious company looking to rebrand an image within the community. So some great examples of this would be Chevron and agri-foods or general waste management companies, because these companies have been noted to not have as great of an ecological footprint. Something to note about these organizations is they might choose to come to New Beginnings because they oftentimes have about an average of $10 million for charitable causes. However, if they're looking to connect with communities and build playgrounds or whatever those needs are, that might go way above their budget of $10 million if they're doing all the legwork themselves. However, if they work with New Beginnings, they'll be able to work with us not only with brokerage and learning and meeting new suppliers and communities that definitely need these resources, but also rebranding themselves as someone with community values or community input. So what are we requesting from you all? Well, as you know, we built this nonprofit in 4 days. We're looking to expand it within the next couple of years. So we'd love your feedback on your process and our thoughts on New Beginnings. Additionally, support. We'd love some general mentorship or some support regarding marketing, supply chain, or growth accommodation. So thank you so much for listening to our pitch on New Beginnings, the eco-conscious brokers for tomorrow. What questions do you have?
I'll start off the questions. First off, congratulations, guys. It's a great presentation, especially for, like you guys said, for 4 days. It's really impressive. Quick little comment. I think you guys' marketing is spot on. It looks friendly and sustainable. And the little, the green leaves and the flowers, it's cute and all. So congratulations, guys. Good job. How did you guys come up with the idea, and what made you guys want to work with, I guess, government agencies and the municipalities, as you guys mentioned?
All right, great question. Ahmed is educated on the marketing part, and he'll take away the answer.
Sure, thank you. So the idea came from seeing that there's a lot of different components of good happening. There's education, there's communities being helped, there's companies donating money, and we thought, why don't we combine all of this, make it a combined effort, teamwork, beats just doing it all by yourself. And what was the other question?
What made you guys want to work with local governments as opposed to just directly with some of the corporate sponsors?
So we are working with corporate sponsors. We were thinking about getting sponsorships from them and then combining that with the manpower from the communities to make things for the communities. That way they could have brand recognition from the company side, and the community gets a tangible benefit.
Thank you, guys.
Did that answer the question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to pop in. Thank you so much for even coming and presenting this to us. This was a really awesome idea, and I'm really exciting to continue to learn and know what you guys wanted to put together. I did have a question on the customer validation. I saw that you guys didn't have any direct competitors. So I did want to ask, what research did you do in order to see if this was going to be something that people needed?
All right, great question. Thank you so much. Ahmed, do you want to take it away again?
Sure, no problem. So we looked up, of course, on Google, things that combine the environment and communities, and we found other nonprofits doing similar things, but they weren't doing the exact same thing where they combined the 3 elements. And the reason we wanted to do it was because we think it's a good market. We think people in those communities, we think the best thing they can do is come together. And I think that would be the best for their future and for the future of the rest of the world.
If I may add something, so the reason that we thought this would be a good idea to, in order to come to market, is because we saw that this was an opportunity for everybody involved. So we have in one side, we have those needy communities, those lower income communities that aren't being serviced, whether it be from corporations, whether it be from the government. So we really wanted to help them and help get these whether it be facilities, like I said, whatever it can they might need in their community. So we connect them with these sports sponsors. So we go to the sponsors, and in order to kind of enhance that image of that, we're helping the community. So they're gonna in turn help us, and then we're gonna go to suppliers who may. This is also going to benefit them so that we can take off of their hands that recyclable material. They can use that space for other things, or maybe just getting more material. And then we really just get these all together. So it's really benefiting each single person or each single party in this triangle, like you saw. So we're really helping each part in making it more sustainable from the sponsor side, from the supplier side, and also for the community that we're helping.
Thank you.
This is a great idea. I love the project and how you guys have presented. It is really great. I have a quick question though. I know there's this recycle basket that comes all the time in front of the house that I don't really take too seriously sometimes. But can you like pick a project, and how would recycle, like a community project, how would the recycling help solve that project? Just like a run me down, like quickly, run me through it. How would you recycling help solve like a particular project in the community?
For sure. Faith, do you want to take it away since you like crafting?
Sure, I could go ahead and take it away. So something that's awesome about our process is that, like we said, we're a broker between all these different companies, between the sponsors, the community, and suppliers. So with you and your recycling bin, you're a part of the community member. So something that we value is having the educational aspect. So community is contributing to this. So we'll take your recyclings, and for example, if we're building playgrounds, we'll take your recyclings, and we'll take it to a supplier, so a recycling plant that might take your recycling and turn it into those tire wood pedals, that they put in the playgrounds. And so that's connecting the community with the suppliers. And even if the suppliers within the community, that's another way to have some more income coming in and work. But basically what we have going on is that these recycled goods are going into the buildings or whatever resource that the community said that they needed. So they're directly inputting into that chain. Did I answer your question?
Answered it so well. Thank you so much. And the fact that the whole community will be involved makes a really lot of sense. You kind of see your whatever you're recycling turning into a project is really, really great. It will kind of make everyone get committed to it. And I like it. Thank you.
Exactly. We feel like if you're invested in it, if you're contributing to the project, you're even more invested. You take ownership of that new playground or municipal building or whatever. So we really think it's a great way to get the whole community involved.
Excellent. Thanks.
All right, so judges, if you don't have any more questions, if you could start judging or inputting scores.
And if I may, I just wanted to thank all the judges for being here today and their time to listen to our presentation.